Good morning, students. Can you hear my voice? Good morning, students. Thank you, Pa. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Good morning, sir.
Students, to last class, we completed there is the first module. Okay, first module is pertaining to index property of soil and what are the tests we have to conduct on soil and some of the problems and derivations we solved in first module. Okay, I think anyone have any doubts with respect to first module? Shall we start second module? Students, can anyone please reply? Okay, thank you,
Yes,
Pa.
sir.
Thank you. See, second module, it's completely deal with the soil structure and clay mineralogy, means how soil structures are formed. Okay, as we know, initially there are the two types of soil. As we know, there is the black cotton soil and red soil. Okay, black cotton soil we also call it as any technically Mont Molotic soil. Okay, and caloritic soil sample we call it as a red sample, means in a technically we call it as in a montmolitic soil sample and a calentic soil sample. Okay, how clay soil structure and clay mineralogies are reflected on each type of soil, means some of these soils you can see there is the clay type soil, with the help of soils you can make it as in a pot or different there is the mud items like that. And some of the there is the soils are there, especially you can see sculpture, okay, sand sculpture, and some of the sandstone, and especially in some of the hotels you can see there is an um, with the help of growing tools. Okay, they going for different types there is the shapes of stones like that, means completely that is depend on that is the soil structure, how it is homogeneity, how much voice you can expect, especially there is the aquarium stones you can see there are the different types of stones are there. You can see there is the lightweight stones, and some of these soils or some of these stones you can see they in the floating condition. Okay, like that those kinds of there are the different types of soil structures are there. Okay, and there are in clay mineralogy we already discussed there is the different types of grains like single grained, double grained, and triple grained soils, and honeycomb structures, means soil structure you can see in a manner of honeycomb. Okay, like sponge. Okay, in a form of sponge, and different types of bonds. There is an a valence bond and a single bond here also, double diffusion meter, there is a diffusion layer, and water absorption capacity, how much water we can absorb each soil. For example, sandy soil absorption capacity is less but retention capacity is also less, means there is an outlet equals to inlet. Okay, you can expect there is a continuous flow, there is the water flow in a soil. Okay, there is a good example of water soil water system, and water absorption and base exchange, means when you go for any compaction. For example, if you want to construct a structure near Putanelli Lake, that lake is completely sediment soil or lake soil. Okay, in those type of soil you want some additional, there is the stabilizer or material is required to increase the strength of the soil. Additional, for example, lime, cement, fly ash, like that, those kinds of materials are there. If you add these kinds of material to the soil, when mixed with the soil, then you can expect the there is an gradually there is increases the engineering and index property of soil, whether you go for the specific gravity or liquid limit or density, okay, or compaction. Okay, you can expect good result or good there is the feedback from if you add these kinds of material to the soil. uh, there is then a good example if you want to construct any complex or any civil engineering structure near Putanelli Lake or any other lake side, means at some additional there is the material is required to gain this strength. Okay, and the next one is there is the different types of clay minerals in the soils are there. What are the different minerals are there? First you have identified what are the minerals are there for the soil. Simply you can't stabilize the soil. Okay, first you have to find out what is the type of soil. Okay, which type of clay minerals are there, clay contents are there. So that was you have to conduct for the hydrometer analysis. In a first module we discussed that is the hydrometer analysis. Hydrometer analysis is the one type of the analysis. You can go for the there is the wet sieve analysis. Okay, as we know, there are the two types of sieve analysis: dry sieve analysis and the wet sieve analysis. Dry sieve analysis means with the help of set of sieves you conducted the experiments like 4.75, 2.36, 1.18, and 600, for 300, 425, 75, 150. These are the set of sieves. With the help of the set of sieves, you conducted the experiment, and you can find out the what is the grain size and sand soil classification. When you go for the hydrometer analysis, with the help of the hydrometer analysis, in a micro level, you can find out what is the percentage of clay and silt content. Based on the clay and silt content, you can go for the sedimentation process or stabilization process. Okay, then you have to find out the clay content, which type of the clay is there, whether that clay is suitable for the stabilization. Simply, you can't go and take the lime to add to the Putanali lake or any lake soil. Okay, first you have to first you have to find out the what is the clay minerals, and after that you can find out the what is the stabilization is required. These are the things we discussed in the module number 2. First content, there is the topic. There are two contents or there are two topics. First one is the soil structure and clay mineralogy, and second one, that is the compaction of soil. Means compaction of soil, as you know, there is the compaction is one of the process. It is also one of the property of soil. Okay, for example, if you want to construct the road in a from Yelanka to Dodballapur, okay, simply you can't lay the there is the tar or cement concrete. Okay, there is any compaction is required. Why that is the compaction is required means you want some foundation is required for the any civil engineering structure. It's nothing but a rigid material or rigid body is required to hold the upcoming load. Okay, some rigid surface is required. Okay, that rigid surface or rigid body we call it as in a foundation. If you go for the dam structure, okay, or any hydraulic structure, okay, there is a waterproofing, there is the rigid material is required. Only thing is you can avoid the percolation, water percolation inside the foundation, that is come to the hydraulic structure. If you come to the any transportation and the highway materials or highway body, okay, there is a strong and rigid material, there is the body is required. Whether you go for the flexible pavement or rigid pavement, tar road or cement concrete road, that is the hard rigid body is required. Because that is the trucks, for example, trucks are moving from the one place to another place, you can see there is an impression. Okay, there is any cracks or unequal settlement also you can expect. To avoid the failure in payments, failure in a roads, okay, there is an hard surface is required. We call it as in a foundation. When you come to the buildings, okay, buildings or multi-storage buildings or residential commercial buildings, okay, if we want to construct the that is the building, okay, in a substructure, you want some art data is required. Substructure is nothing but a plinth level or ground level. Below the ground level, what are the structures are there, okay, we call it as the name substructures. Okay, arts data is required. Okay, in those kinds of arts data, okay, it can take the upcoming load. Okay, um first you have to calculate what is the bearing capacity of soil. As you know, soil there are in the two condition. One is undisturbed manner and disturbed manner. Means undisturbed sample collection, that is the process. Undisturbed manner means we already discussed with help of the earth excavator materials, we excavated the material, we excavated the material in a disturbed manner. Afterwards we can test the soil, there is the undisturbed manner. And sorry, there is the disturbed manner. Undisturbed manner means with help of the steel pipe. Okay, there is the sample exclude. In last class, I think we solved one or two problems with help of the that is the undisturbed manner. Okay, uh, you insert the there is the column, there is the steel column to the soil. Afterwards, surrounding what are the soils are there, with help of the excavator, excavate the soil without disturbing the sampler. You are removing the samples, that is the soil samples. Okay, that is the undisturbed manner. Okay, like this disturbed or undisturbed manner, when you collect the soil sample, you can see there is any voids. Okay, you can see there is any small voids. We have to calculate what is the percentage of voids. It's nothing but a density. Okay. Once you go for the compaction, once you want to remove the voids, there is only one process, we call it as a compaction. The main objective of compaction is to remove the voids, whether there is the water voids or air voids. Okay. If you want to remove the voids, means with the help of there is the mechanical operator, there is the roller and compaction equipments are there. Okay. With the help of these equipments, you can remove the voids of the soil. Here definition of there is the compaction of soil and principles of compaction. There are the two types of compactions are there, light compaction and heavy compaction. In another term, they will call it as a standard compaction for the light compaction, heavy compaction for the modified Proctor compaction test. In examination, they will ask, okay, what is the difference between light compaction and heavy compaction? And sometimes they will ask standard compaction and modified Proctor compaction, like that. Standard compaction test means light compaction. Modified compaction test means heavy compaction. And a factor affecting the compaction, what are the factors are affecting on the compaction? Means, for example, water table, void ratio, and the cohesive property, angle of internal friction property. These are the some of the factors we will discuss in the next upcoming class. Okay. And next effect of compaction on the soil property, what are the effect you can see after getting the compaction? Okay. Field compaction control, compactive effort and method of compaction, lift thickness and number of passes, Proctor needle, compacting equipment and their suitability. Means these are all contents are there in a second module. As we already discussed in module number 2, there are the two contents are there. First one, two topic, different topics. That is, first one is soil structure and clay mineralogy, and second one is compaction of soil. Okay, here also only 20% you can expect the theory portion in a module number 2. Remaining 80% is completely problematic. These problems are interlinked with first module, that is the derivation. What we saw, 9 derivations. Okay, it is completely reflected or depends on 9. That is the derivations. Okay. First one is soil structure. Soil structure is defined the way individual particle of sand, silt, clay are assembled. Means soil means it is the completely set of soil. There is the sand, silt, clay, and gravel. Okay. Sometimes we can expect there is a silt and clay percent is very less. For example, sandy soil, 1 or 2%, but presence are there, like that. And if you go for the that is the clay soil, okay, sand content is very less, but you can expect 1 or 2% of sand, okay, like that. The soil structure is it is the combination of sand, silt, clay, okay, and single particle when assembled appear a large particle. Means there is a single particles are there, small particles. For example, if you take the 1 gram or 2 gram of soil, but in that soil also you can see there is a number of clays, n number of clays, m number of there is the soil structures you can see. What are the attaching? Means there is the sticky to the sandy layer. There also you can see there is the 0.10 into 10 to the power of -6. There is the micron of soils or clay particles are attached to the sand. Okay, these are called as an aggregates. As we know, and you conducted some of the experiment related to there is the aggregate in your third during your third semester. Okay, there is the aggregate above the 4.75 or retained 4.75. What are the materials are there? We call it as a name coarse aggregate. And what are the materials are passing 4.75? We call it as a fine aggregate. Okay. Aggregation of soil particles can occur in different pattern, resulting in different soil structures. Means aggregation of soil particle can go for the different patterns are there. I already discussed there is any vertical patterns, horizontal patterns, honeycomb patterns, single patterns, like that. There are the different types of that is the patterns are there. For different pattern, we can expect there is any different resulting conditions. Okay. For example, honeycomb structure. In honeycomb structure, we can see there is any voids or more. Okay. At the same time, water particles easily they can go and they can deposit in those kinds of there is the voids. Okay. And next one is types of soil structures. Okay, there are the different types of we already discussed. Different types of soil structures are there. In another term, they call it as a soil fabric. In examination, they will twist the question. Okay, you know what are the different types of soil structure, but they will twist the question. Different types of soil fabric, they may ask like this, and define soil fabric or define soil structure. Both are same. Okay, and yeah, different types of there is the soil structure or soil fabrics are there. Single grain structure. In case coarse grain soil deposit, we call it as in a sand. Okay, there is the single grain structure means is nothing but a sand. Sand is a good example of single because it is you can't expect there is an like a clay shape with help of this sand you can't make it as a ball. Why? What is the reason, students? Anyone? With help of this sand you can't make it as a ball. Why? Any reasons?
Clay content is not there.
Sorry pa.
Clay content is not there.
Clay content, okay, that is the good example, Akasha. Instead of that clay content you can go for the there is the cohesion property. Okay, cohesion is nothing but there is the binding property. You can't expect any binding property or cementous property in the sand, so that wise we can't go for the that is the ball shape with help of the sand. Okay, that is a good example of single grain structure. And next one is honeycomb structure. Especially honeycomb structures you can expect in a silt deposit. Where in the silt deposits are there, you can expect there is a small voids. Okay, there is the good example is I think all of you saw there is the Magadira movie. Magadira movie. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In that movie,
Yes,
you
sir.
can
Yes,
see
sir.
there is an Duputa chasing scene. Okay, you can see there is a red color mud, and there is the vehicle or some portion of that is the horse riding. There is the cart is there is the penetrating into soil. Can anyone remember that situation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, oh, super. It's a good memory, pa. Okay. Suhas N. Gowda, can you recall that situation, pa, once again, if you don't mind?
Yes,
Because
sir.
I forgot that moment.
Sir, that way chariot will be sinking, sir,
Hmm.
in the sand, sir.
Okay, can you start from beginning, pa? Because I think some of the students they don't know what is the situation, so that way
Sir, no, sir.
you don't know.
No, sir.
Okay, can anyone
Sir.
explain that situation, pa? Means you can discuss that situation.
Sir, that sand will be sinking, sir. Quicksand.
Why?
Because less water holding capacity, I
No,
think, sir.
I'm not asking in a technical form, pa. Can you explain in that movie what is the situation?
Sir, he will throw that hero, sir, in that sand. So he'll try to save the horse. That's why I think.
Okay, pa. Okay, I forgot that situation, but the only thing is I remember that soil condition. Okay, because there is completely silty soil. Okay, silty soil in technically silty soil as well as the sandy soil act as in a similar. That is the property. Act as similar property. Why means in silty soil you can expect there is any voids in between the soil structure. You can expect the voids. Only you can expect there is any air voids you can get into the silt deposit. In a sandy soil you can expect there is any water voids in between the voids. You can expect the water also. It can easily it can get into the voids, but in silt you can't expect there is a water molecular, because such a small voids, only air voids you can expect. When if you drop any there is the heavy metal, any particle, heavy metal or anything, okay, easily it is get into it. Means it's penetrated in dry form, not in wet form, in dry form. Means there is a good example of honeycomb structures. Means in between you can't expect there is any air, there is a water voids, but you at the same time you can expect there is any air voids. Okay, easily it can penetrate, it can deposit. Okay, that is a good example of there is the honeycomb structure. And next one is the flocculant structures. Okay, in case of clay deposit, in case of there is the uh, it is a good example of lake soil or sediment soil. Okay, there is a good example of floculated structure. And dispersed structure also, it is also similar to the, there is the clay structure, there is the lake soil or sediment soil. And coarse aggregate skeleton structure in case of composite soil. Means some of the places you can see there is any composite soils. Actually, it is any some interesting topic, composite soils. Now also there is any n number of research is going on, especially near Esrugata farmhouse. You can see color is red color, soil color is red color, but you can expect all the properties of black cotton soil. Color is red color, but properties are black cotton soil. Means such a soil, how you can stabilize? If you add any material, okay, it reflected in a some other way. So in that condition, they are adding the different types of soil. Means they are taking the soil, especially from Oskote or Yelahanka zone, and they deposited in Esrugata farmhouse near not entire Esrugata, okay, some portion of Esrugata, they deposited that soil to the Esrugata, that is the original parent soil, and mixed with the help of the different mixing equipment. Then they can normalize the soil condition. Means there is the one of the, there is the natural soil stabilization. You can't expect any groundwater pollution, any, there is the environmental issues. You can't expect. Means there is a good example of, there is the composite soils. If you are adding two or three different type of soil in a parent soil, then it is called as a composite soil. And a cohesive matrix soil. In the case of composite soil, this is also, for example, clay soil and sand soil. In some of the places you can see, especially in Chikmagalur and Kudremukha and those kinds of area, you can see completely there is the silty or clay type of this soil. Okay, if you mix this sandy soil to those area, okay, you can normalize the soil. You can normalize the silt as well as the there is the sandy soil. These are the different types of, there is the soil structures. In examination also you can expect 8 to 10 marks, okay, with explanation. Now I'm going for explanation. Single grain structures, this type of the structure will be found in the case of coarse grained soil deposit when such soil settle out of suspension in water. The particle settles independently of each other. Means here single grain structure means it is the good example is there is the sandy soil. You can see first one is, see, you can see in a densiform. First one, densiform, the diagram you can see, there is a sand particle, okay, but there is the clay and the silt content only 1 or 2%. It is closely contact with the parent soil, parent deposit, okay. You can't expect the any, there is the voids. And in the second one you can see there is the loosened state. In a loosened state also you can see small voids. Only thing is water can get into the, there is the voids, but at the same time you can't expect the any individual particles, because each particles are there is the each particles are mixed with the another particle, there is the parent soil, with the help of, there is the cementous property, with the strong, there is the binding capacity. You can see there is a completely one set in loosened form also, okay. And this is a good example of soil grain structure. The voids ratio is attained depend on the relative, there is the size of grains. Means what are the size of grains are there? There are the different types of size of grains you can see. I told no 4.75, 2.36, like that. There are different types of, there is the sieves. In those type of the sieve, there is the grains also. It is easily mixed, easily joined each particle. There is a good example of single grain structure. Next one is honeycomb structures. Okay, you can see the diagram first. See, this is the figure of honeycomb structure. Honeycomb structure, this type of the structure is associated with the silt deposit, where I given the example, no, that Magadira movie, that is the soil, okay, and that is a good example of honeycomb structures. Okay, this type of the structure is associated with the silt deposit, where you can expect the 95% or 96% is completely covered with the silt content. Okay, those kinds of soils mass, okay, you can expect the honeycomb structure. When silt particles are settle out of suspension, in addition of gravitational force, the surface force also play a significant role, where the gravitational force, if you put any heavy material on the soil mass, silt deposited soil mass, with help of the gravitational force itself, it settles, Okay, it is also played a significant role because you can't expect any there is the water particles or water media or silt content or any other type of materials you can't expect because there is any settlement, you can't expect any bearing capacity is completely zero. Okay, these kinds of structures, this kind of soil mass or soil structure is a good example of honeycomb structure. When the particles are approach the lower region of suspension, they will be attached by the particle deposit as well as the neighboring particles, lead to the formation of arches. The combination of number of arches leads to the honeycomb structure as shown in figure 2. See in figure 2, you can see there is an arches. You can see there is a circular shape, okay, or semicircular arch or arch shape, okay. You can see there is an in between, you can expect there is any air voids, okay, because only thing is the air can enter into these voids. You can't expect any water because these particles are good in there is the binding capacity, good binding capacity. You can't expect any water particles or get into the there is the void space. Okay, uh, there is a good example of there is the honeycomb structures. And as the deposit has high void ratio, when disturbed as in a pile driving, there will be the larger reduction in volume due to the breakdown of structures. Means, especially if you want to construct any buildings on these kinds of that is the soil mass, usually they go for the pile foundation. During your BMCT subject, when you was in third semester, BMCT subject, there are the second module. There is a different types of foundation. Pile foundation is also one of the foundation. It's a good example of deep foundation. When you go for the pile foundation, okay, around 100 meter or 50 meter, there is the depth when it is penetrated. Due to there is the silt content, you can expect there is a friction, skin friction. Okay, skin friction, and it is deposited in the or it is and in a hard state, then you can construct it the any structure on the pile foundation. Okay, here also there is a deposit as in a high voids where you can expect there is a high level of voids compared to sand. Also you can expect a high voids. Okay, when disturbed as in a pile driven, there will be the larger reduction in volume. This is an example of a honeycomb structure. And next one is the bucculated structure. These are the two types of structures found in clay deposit. Only we can expect in a clay deposit only. We can't expect in the silt or sand or any other material. Only we can expect in the clay deposit. In examination, they will ask this question: what is the structure? Which structure is deposited in a clay form? Which structure is deposited in honeycomb structure? Okay, honeycomb structure means there is a silt. There is a flocculated structure or depression structure. We call it as in a clay. Not in a VT examination. In some of the competitive examination also, you can expect this question. Okay, silt deposit. Which type of the structure is associated with the silt deposit? There is the honeycomb structure. Okay, you can expect some of the competitive examination also. And in the case of flocculated structure, there will be the edge to edge and edge to face contact between the particle. See here, there is a deposits are there. Some of the deposits or structure, you can see there is the edge to edge. What is the meaning of edge to edge? There is a good example of there is the mud. Okay, that is the mud pot. Okay, in mud pot, if you pour the water into the mud pot, you can't expect any leakages because they're not adding any there is the cement material or any stabilizer, anything they are not add. Only there is the clay material, clay content. But also in that condition, you can't expect any there is the water leakages or cracks in a structure. There is the good example of edge to edge. Means inside the edge also there is the soil particles also. There is completely there is the air voids and water voids is completely zero. See in your first one honeycomb structure, you can see we can't expect there is the water voids, but at the same time we can expect there is an air voids. Compared to there is the water voids, air voids is the too dangerous material. Okay, too dangerous voids. Here in a clay deposit, we can't expect the both that is the air as well as the water particles. because they selected these kinds of material when they're making for the mud. Because of, if you expect any air voids or water voids, means obviously we can expect there is any leakage in the structure. To avoid the leakage in the structure, they go for the clay deposit, clay type of material. If they add these kinds of material, okay, for the manufacturing of the mud, or there is the brick, or any other, there is the mud related, that's the item, without they adding the any stabilizer or any materials, okay. These are the good materials for the good and good example materials for the cementous property. This type of the formation is due to net electrical force between the adjacent particle at the time of deposition, when they attractive in nature, means they will attract, magnetic forces are too high, okay, it will attract, you can't separate the particles, you can't separate the particles. It is in another term, in a new technical term, they will call it as a nanomaterial, okay. Nanomaterials also like that only. In a nanomaterial, nanoparticles, those particles are, there is the magnetic forces are too high, okay, you can't separate the each particle. That is the condition. In those kinds of condition, you can't separate the particles. Clay deposition or clay particles also like that only. These are the close related to each particle, and voids are very low. And some of the voids we can expect, there is the soil mass, soil voids. Here soil voids we can expect in the flocculated structures. Any doubts, students? Any doubts?
No, sir.
USN 1, USN
Yes,
1,
sir. Yes, sir.
2, USN 2, 3,
Present, sir.
4, 6,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
7, 9,
Present, sir.
10,
Present, sir.
12, 13,
Present, sir.
15, 16,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 16.
17,
Present, sir. 17.
18,
10, sir.
19, 20,
Present, sir.
21, 22,
Present, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
26, 27,
Present, sir.
29, 30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32, 32, 33,
Present, sir.
34, 35, 36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41, 43,
Present, sir.
44, 45,
Present, sir.
47,
Present, sir.
48,
Present, sir.
50,
Present, sir.
51, 52,
Present, sir.
53,
Sir.
53,
Yes, sir.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Yes, sir.
56,
Yes, sir.
57, 58,
Yes, sir.
59,
Yes, sir.
61,
Present, sir.
62,
Yes, sir.
64,
Present, sir.
65,
Present, sir.
66, 16 series 49,
Present, sir.
17 series 18,
Yes, sir.
17 series 44,
Yes, sir.
17 series 58, 17 series 67,
Present, sir.
400,
Present, sir.
401,
Present, sir.
402, 403, 404, 405,
Present, sir.
So, CV19 present,
sorry
sir.
pa,
CV19 present, sir.
19,
Yes, sir.
Sir, 004 present, sir. CV 004.
okay.
Sir, CV002 present.
When you joined pa,
After 8:50, I think.
okay pa,
Sir, 021.
huh?
021. Sir.
Okay pa. Students, next class I will give around 5 to 6 problems. Okay, you have to solve those things, those problems, and you have to upload in Google Classroom only, like your internals. Okay, your USN. The file name should be like this: USN underscore your name. File name should be like this. Next class I will give 5 to 6 problems. Okay, with respect to module number 1. Okay. Any doubts, students, regarding this class? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pa. Thank you.